Hello, this is William Chung in Toronto, and welcome to informme, an app running in the cloud which listens for submissions to your Wufoo forms and uses HP IDOL OnDemand to extract sentiments from those form submissions so that you can gain valuable insights into what your customers think of your product or service. As a new user, when you go to see my Wufoo forms, the list will be empty, and that's because you first need to hook your forms. So let's do that. And what this means is that informme will now listen for submissions to your forms. If we go to Wufoo and look at my account, we see that we have an employee feedback form and a support request form, which are now hooked in the app. We can also specify who we want to get notified on submissions to our forms. This is an optional feature, but let's use it so that for the demo, we know when the notifications come in. I'll use my Gmail account. So I'll create the notification. Okay, so let's try out a form submission. I'll use the support request form. You can get the URL to the form in Wufoo by using the view link. I'm going to copy this URL into another browser where I'm not logged into Wufoo, just to show you that you don't need to be signed into Wufoo for this to work. Okay, so on this form I need to specify where did I run into the problem. Trying the timer on my new microwave. And I need to describe what happened. I set the timer for 3 minutes, but it didn't go off until 6 minutes. Dinner was ruined. My wife was angry. She said, how come I can't even program a microwave? But it wasn't my fault. The timer doesn't work. Okay, I'll submit. If I go to Wufoo, we can see all the entries that come into the form here. And also there's the notification, the email notification I was talking about from informme that I received a new support request form submission. And this is the entry number 10 here, the newest one, trying the timer on my new microwave. Okay, so let's go back to the app, go to my Wufoo form list. And now you see that for the support request form, it shows that the overall sentiment is negative with this negative score. If we drill down on the form, we see the details, and the topics which were extracted are dinner, negative, my wife, negative, and the timer, negative. So overall, it's negative with this score. And we can also drill down on the specific submission, number 10, to see the details of the submission. And this was the text which was extracted from the submission, trying the timer on my microwave. So my app, informme, extracts all the text entered by the user in the form and sends it to the IOD OnDemand to get the sentiment and the topics from the text. Okay, Let's do another form submission on the same form. And let's see, say, sorry, my bad. The timer is good. Okay. Sorry, I didn't use the timer properly. I read the instructions and now it works. The timer is great. My wife still isn't happy because I don't read instructions. But I have to apologize. The product is great. Okay, let's submit the form. Okay, now I'll wait for the notification in the email. Okay, it came in. So let's go back to the form list. And now you see that for the support request form, the overall sentiment is neutral. And if we drill down, we see that there are two submissions, right? Now there's number 11, which came in, and the topics which were extracted. See, now the product is positive, and the timer is now positive. But there's also some negative sentiment too, because this is for the overall sentiment for the form. So this considers all the submissions which were submitted on the form. If we drill down on just this number 11 submission, we see that the timer here is it's positive, right? Because in the text that was extracted, the sentiment on the timer was just positive, and there's other negative sentiment here. Probably because my wife still isn't happy. Anyway, the overall sentiment, well, the sentiment on this submission is positive, and that affected the overall sentiment in the form to be neutral, whereas previously it was negative, right? And the timer, as I said, like overall, like for all the submissions, there's both positive and negative, but positive outweighs the negative. Okay, so let's try another form. Okay, we can also go to get the URL for the form. You can also go to the hook. So on the hook my forms. I want to try the employee feedback form now. So if you drill down, there's a try the hook here. Again, I'll just do this in the other browser. I'll close these windows. I'll do this in the other browser where I'm not logged into Wufoo. Okay, so this is the employee feedback form. What do I like most about my job? My manager. My manager is friendly and helpful. This is a public video, right? Okay, and what do I like least about my job? It's the environment is too noisy. Noisy at lunch. My coworkers play online games, but I like to eat at my desk. Okay, let's submit. All right, let's Go back to the app. Okay, there's email. This time let's open the email. I'll show you what this email contains. It's to my Gmail address, which I entered in informe. Okay. It's kind of slow. Sorry for that. Okay, so the email says informe has received a new employee feedback form submission with positive sentiment, and then topics extracted were my desk, my manager, the environment, and other. And it gives you a link to the informe submission analysis, and you can also go directly to the overall form sentiment. And forms powered by Wufoo, and analysis powered by HP IDOL OnDemand, and a link to the informe app. So we can either use the links, but I can just go to the app. So the Wufoo form list again. You see there's the support request form, and its overall sentiment is neutral, right? If we drill down, we see, oops, no, I want the employee request feedback form positive. And that's because like from the topics which were extracted, all these topics, including the miscellaneous topic, most of the sentiment is positive. There's only one negative about the environment for my noisy coworkers. Okay, so the other thing I want to show you is if I add a new form, okay, in Wufoo. Okay, I'll add a new form. I'll pick one from the Wufoo form gallery. Let's see whether I want to use a suggestion form. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so this is a simple suggestion form. I'll use this form, so I'll add it to my account. Okay, and I'll save the form. And finish. Take me back to the form manager. Okay. Okay, so we now see there's a suggestion form here. This is brand new. So in informe, in my Wufoo form list, I won't have that form yet, so I need to, because I don't see my form, I need to hook all my forms. So this is smart enough to know which forms you've hooked and which you haven't, and for those which you haven't hooked, it hooks the form, or is it here, the suggestion form. Okay, so let's try it out. I'll copy the link address, and in Firefox here, I'll paste it in. Okay, so the subject is okay. This is a suggestion for my hire more staff. Okay, so for the message, the wait times are too long. The staff are friendly, but I get frustrated having to wait for an hour. Okay. You should hire more staff. Okay, I'll submit. And we can wait for the email to come in, or we can just go directly to the Wufoo form list. Okay, the email came in, but anyway, we already see that on the suggestion form it's a negative sentiment. overall. Well, there's only one submission anyway. So this is submission number 1. And you see an hour is negative and the staff positive, but the wait time is negative. Okay, so that's informme, and it's an integration between Wufoo and Audi IDOL OnDemand. In particular, using the sentiment analysis API. And I also actually used the language identification API in case your forms are not in English. So informme, the app, it is useful to let you gain insight into what your customers think of your product or service. And it makes Wufoo more helpful because it can turn your Wufoo into a Godzilla. Thanks.